And then another. And then another.
Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I go to war with every single one of you every freaking game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I'm your host, Mikey. That is Tommy. What's going on, brother? Can't hear you. You're on mute, brother. You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Happy Friday. That's all right. Maybe I was just toying with everybody.
Or maybe we just went back and watched our very first live together and saw how bad it was. You wanted to bring us back to that moment.
I wanted to bring it back. But maybe I could have just been doing like this.
Yeah, just
right. Just fooling with the audience. Fooling with the audience. All right. Whatever.
Rob, that was amazing, brother. I hope you enjoy your first home game Sunday.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That was amazing. I hope you have a good time. Amateur move, Tommy. Amateur move.
Hey, man. Listen, I was just fooling around.
Rookie Tommy and Prison Mike. Sounds like a new Saturday morning cartoon.
That's right.
Oh, that is wonderful. It
was fun.
We have a pretty good show to talk about, as we're getting ready to close out the season and get started on the real season.
Mm-hmm.
But let's jot around the league to start tonight.
Ooh, okay.
I wanted to start with Eric Dickerson was asked if he's cheering on Saquon.
Okay.
His response was absolutely not.
Oh, I like that. Whoa. Wow. Okay. Good for him. All right. Why? I get it. He's had that record for a while. And at least, you know what? I like the honesty. You think you know what? Because some people might say, sure, not really mean it. But hey,
he's like,
at least he's
nope, I ain't pulling no punches. No.
Yeah.
It will be 17 games. Although I'm not sure why he's pointing out the extra games, because when he broke OJ's, he had extra games. OJ did his in 14.
Correct.
So it's funny that he's now calling out the extra game. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But he's like, anybody who gets over 2,000, he said, anything who gets over 2,000, it's a fantastic season. He's like,
absolutely.
But I'm not going to pull any punches. I don't want him to break my record.
No, I don't have to do it.
I just find that hilarious that he would say it. Usually you're like, yeah, records are meant to be broken. Dickerson did do it in 16, and guess what?
Mm-hmm.
OJ did it in 14. No one's bitching about, Dickerson breaking OJ's record.
Yeah.
Like, if you break the record, you break the record. Just kind of how it goes.
How many more yards does he need to break it?
268. He has
definitely possible.
It is possible.
But do they play him week 18?
He could also be breaking it against the Giants.
Is that week 18?
Yeah.
And they may play him just for that. I understand that part, by the way.
Here's the thing. So as part of the around the league also, Hurts has ruled out. The Eagles are going to start Pickett, but he's banged up. So it makes you wonder how much they're just going to key on Saquon, because Saquon had 102 yards in the first quarter. The second Hurts went out, he had
it's totally different.
Like 37 yards the rest of the game.
Yeah, because they're almost kind of one-dimensional in a way. Now they know they're – so Hurts is not playing, huh? Ooh,
no,
man.
Hurts is out. Concussion.
Now, that's an interesting for people who are betting, because the Eagles are favored. And who are they going against again? They're going against Dallas. Now, Dallas is they're weird, man.
A lot better with Mike out there.
They are, but they're a weird team, man. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. But they are playing in Philly. But man, you are right. When what's his name went in, it went kind of downhill from there. So, boy, that is a interesting. I will say this: if you're betting that game, I still think Philly wins because they're at home and their defense is pretty good. But I would put the points on Dallas. I would be like +8 or something like that. I think it'll be closer than what people think. You know what I mean? Because no Hurts, man, that's tough. And if you're Dallas, you're just you're stacking the box, bro.
Yeah.
You're 100% stacking the box, bro. You know they're going to lean on Barkley.
It'll be interesting to see how it goes. Robert says, Tommy, when you're in mute, you never sound so wise.
Guys, I'm telling you know what, man? You guys, all right?
Okay.
At least they're picking on you this week and not me.
Unbelievable, man.
Let's go to the source. The Browns and Watson agreed to rework contract.
Oh, okay.
High five.
I'll be interested to see what that final agreement looks like. The Jets, Adam said it'd be dope to snag Rodgers' 500th TD.
Okay. I heard Adams is questionable, though.
He is. So Sauce is probably not going to play. Adams is questionable. Sauce is doubtful. Quinn Williams is questionable.
God, if you're the Jets players, I'm just throwing this out there. Like for almost any team that's pretty much done, right? Like you're a key guy. Do you kind of like fake an injury, like just to not play the last game or two? Just say fuck it, the season's done. I'm just saying, like, do you you know what I mean? As a star player, you know what I mean? Like Sauce or whatever, you know, your key guy. Like, do you really want to? Like, what are you really playing for? I mean, I get it. Like, you should be out there with your team, but. You get where I'm going with this. Like, is it real? Like, can you see players going, fuck that shit, man?
Some people are already, kind of. If you listen to the beat writers, they've already kind of packed it in. But they also hate the Bills.
Right. And we hate the Jets.
I
know Deion Dawkins hates the fucking Jets. So it's kind of a personal thing with Dawkins and the Jets.
Yeah. Comedian Mo comes in and says Steelers will knock off the Chiefs, huh?
Whatever, man. Hey, I will say this though. I did 7 out. Oh, real quick before we move on. Shout out to Tom Grassi who rated my channel. Very, very cool of him. I sent him a thank you on Twitter or X, sorry. And nice guy. Didn't have to do that. Really, really nice of him. But I got to say, man, the Steelers hung in there, but their offense was terrible. Eventually your defense cracks. I mean, and that's what happened. That game was close at half. It wasn't like the Chiefs were blowing them out, but the Steelers could not get anything going offensively, and that's a wrap. You got
7 at halftime. You're right.
That's a game still. Mind you, Russell Wilson threw an interception in the end zone.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing, bro, like, they had an opportunity. They just blew it, man. Offensively, they were putrid. Now, Houston was I mean, they took the cake, boy. They were terrible. My God, was that a bad game?
Like,
Holy shit, that was bad.
Pittsburgh for a second. Those two teams are playing some of the worst football going into the playoffs.
Dude, it's bad.
They're going to play each other most likely in the first round.
Right, and that's going to be a game you don't
And
want to watch.
and then that team gets handed to Kansas City in round 2,
And they're going to eat them for lunch, boy.
unless the Chargers beat the Ravens, and then the Chargers go to Kansas City,
Which I don't see happening. But you never know. You never know.
You do never know, but man, it's like they looked bad the last couple of weeks. I'll tell you, it's great not having a game for once where I'm not ripping my hair out. Right, Weston? Weston is our resident Chiefs fan that comes in.
Yeah, good dude. I appreciate you coming out.
Absolutely. Listen, 15-1 is nothing to sneeze at, whether it was one-score games or not. 15-1 is crazy.
Absolutely. Dude, I say it dude. That's why I hate when people are like, oh, cupcake schedule. I don't listen. It is very, very tough. I don't even give a fuck if it's a cupcake schedule. Eventually you're gonna have your game where you just play bad and the other team is just better that day. It's tough to win week in, week out, bro. So yeah, you got to give them credit. One loss, that's good. And they figured a way. All those close games went their way, they found a way, they blocked a field goal. Whatever happened, football gods was looking out.
Listen, Weston, you're talking to the Bills Mafia. We know all about being aged by our team. Nothing can be easy.
Bro, have you seen go back at 20? We were just looking at our 2021. Me and Mikey started in 2020. I'm like, holy shit, I'm thinner. I got like my hair's like black here.
Yeah. It wasn't quite as gray.
3 years later, I'm all black in there. The fucking team's making me get old.
Right? Jeez. This is gonna be bad.
Thanks, Buffalo Bills. What you do to me?
Almost looked like the Texans wanted to make Lamar look good, and the Steelers lost on purpose to take us out of the one. Look, Houston looked like they were tanking, as
that was really
Like if it wasn't for the fact that they were already in the South and they had it locked up,
right?
That'd be horrible.
Yeah, that was Mike got 2 points on a safety. Like, dude, what?
Right?
Right?
Spears wants to know if you got his email.
I did, buddy. I responded to you.
All right. Not gonna. I'm gonna be bald by this time season's over. Listen, it's gonna be fun and stressful postseason. Probably the best way to say it. You know what I mean? I just it seems like the first half of the first 3 quarters of the season went really fast, and this back quarter is taking forever just to get it started.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think the season though overall has gone by pretty quick. To be honest with you, I mean we're almost on week 18. I mean we're at the one more week and that's it. Playoff starts soon. So I mean that's wild.
Right, Scott. Those Xmas games were ass. They were
were terrible. I don't think. Obviously, you know what? I will say this. I don't like when you look at them initially. They weren't bad matchup. Like you know what I mean? Like I understand why they set it up that way, but they turned out to be terrible. Yes.
Yeah. Spinkman says, "Are the Bears tanking? Because that's the only logical explanation." That's not true because their head coach got fired for that same bullcrap.
That was so bad.
They just I thought McDermott had problems with end of game management stuff. Man, the Bears make McDermott look like a McGenius.
Oh, dude, a genius. Yeah. Now, mind you, they are working with it. What?
But even when they had their head coach, he got fired.
Yeah, I know. He was an idiot. That was I could not believe what I watched that day.
Daniel looked like a fucking genius when it comes to.
But I will say, bro, they had no offense. Like their offensive line
plays in 90 seconds under 2 minutes.
I'm just saying their offensive line is terrible, though. They could give him no time.
He also takes, just like CJ, he takes really bad sacks.
No, he does. And and way back. Like he loses a lot of yards, bro. He rolls backwards.
Remember Mahomes used to run back 15 yards? The difference was Mahomes would throw the ball, and still get like a 50-yard completion out of it.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while they would trip him up and he'd lose 25 yards.
But what about Seattle, though? Yards. I mean, Seattle's like Arizona. What Seattle team shows up?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, damn, bro. It's not like they look great either. They were terrible.
The Ravens haven't locked up anything yet. If the Steelers pull their head out of their ass and win their last game, and the Steelers lose to the Browns like they have already this year, the Steelers take the 3 seed. But there's no guarantee that we're going to be stuck playing the Ravens, because the Ravens are going to have to play the Chargers.
And you never know.
And you never know what's going to happen once you get in the playoffs. It's a crapshoot. Hell, there's a chance that the Bills could have to play the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Chiefs to make it to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So, like, the seeds aren't locked up yet, so I wouldn't get too hung up on that yet.
Yep.
Feels like much of the Mafia's already expecting divisional loss. Surprised. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, I know why. It's because you're used to it. I mean, it's happened so much year after year. I mean, I get that, but I feel like, once again, I'm confident with this team because of the offense. I'm not so much on the defense, but I really do believe in this offense. I do believe if they could play at a high level, there's no reason why we can't get to a Super Bowl. Now, if they something bad happens, or they come out the gate like just not, in a funk, we're in trouble for sure, because I don't think our defense can step up, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, win us a game. I just don't. That I don't see happening.
Yeah, Weston, it's kind of how Andy's been calling it all year. Because even getting back Pacheco, they're still not running the ball. And I think that's more to do with your offensive line than it is with anything else. He feels more comfortable throwing the ball than he does run the ball. Like, he doesn't feel like he can establish a run. Because, just take Christmas game, for example. Hunt had, 9 carries and Pacheco had 6?
Yeah,
15
I think,
carries?
What's funny? I almost think every offensive coordinator is guilty of that, bro. Because look around the league. Look at Baltimore. Right? Those games they don't use Derrick Henry.
Yeah, when they lose, they don't use Derrick Henry. When they use Derrick Henry, they win.
But isn't that like a lot of OCs do that? Even ours, like James Cook was running great last week versus the Patriots, and then we just kind of went, fuck it, let's not run them anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it.
No, I thought Shaq had to stay retired because he's attached to Miami, and Miami didn't activate him.
I heard nothing about that. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. I didn't even know that was a thing or a rumor. So.
Well, right around trade deadline, he said he wanted to come out of retirement because he wanted to go play.
I heard that, but I didn't hear anything about Buffalo.
No,
being in any kind of mix.
Miami never reactivated him.
Okay,
so he has to stay retired until the offseason.
So then
Miami owns his rights.
Okay, so then that's not happening.
I haven't heard anything about why they would all of a sudden activate him and let him go.
All right.
Yeah. Who cares about the Chiefs? we do have someone in here who represents the Chiefs. So we were just talking
Weston,
about
our buddy.
Yeah. Really, the Ravens are the only team that should give the Bills a run for their money in the playoffs. Okay. Listen, the Chiefs are not a pushover. Even when we beat them, it was a 4th and 3 Josh Allen run that sealed the game.
Right.
Like, it wasn't with some where we just blew them out.
Exactly. It was down to the wire. Let's be real. Yeah. Right.
Probably could go either way. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not worried about the Chiefs at all as long as we're healthy. I just want to be healthy.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
You should be, because we haven't beaten them in the playoffs.
I'm not sure. I'm worried. If we go in healthy, I'm not sure I'm worried about anybody. I think we can lose, but I'm not going in like,
that's my point. Yeah. No, but you know what though? I feel like that. I almost feel that way every season though. That's my thing with the Bills. If we play right, like how I going into the playoffs, like how I seen this team play, we can compete with anybody, and I think we can beat anyone. The problem is when we get in the playoffs, we go in we have these funks, and our coaching has a funk that he goes into, and it cost us. So can we get out of that whatever funk we're in, right, that we've been getting into when we get into playoffs? That's the question, right? Can McDermott coach a different way? Can you get it? Can McDermott figure out,
I mean,
how to get over the wall. Right, I haven't seen it. That's the problem.
I've
like
seen him
now,
do
look,
better this year.
we'll see.
But I haven't. He still has run into those problems.
Absolutely.
You know? Like what were the game plan that we had for the Patriots
New
last
England?
Week
It was terrible.
Garbage. Like if we come out with that same game plan against the Jets, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we can't call the NFL the way. Just choose angle. We played hard Sunday, need that bye week next week. Yeah, we better come out and just get the win so we can sit guys for the week 18 one, because once we win, we lock in the 2 seed.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck around and lose this game and have to play starters week 18.
Yeah, I'll be
on the road too. Like Jesus, man.
Yep, Roy. It'll be the playoffs. Anything can happen. It's getting your lotto ticket, right? And once you get in, it's single elimination, so anything can happen on any given Sunday.
Yep, absolutely.
Miami agreed to waive Shaq if he clears waivers as a free agent. Oh, I did not know that.
Okay, well, yeah, but do the Bills make that move? Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can see Shaq going to Detroit. They need pass rushers. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We already have like 6 DNs. I'm not sure we're bringing another one on. And a guy who hasn't played, never played for the Bills, so doesn't know the scheme.
Yeah,
I can't see us bringing him in this late. I really can't.
What do you think about? What do you feel about McDermott? On what he said about Micah Hyde? Seems like he's just not going to play, bro. Like, should
that surprise us after the Puna Ford and?
Yeah, I just don't understand. Then, like, was this what did Micah Hyde? My thing is this: Micah Hyde. There is no way. Like for me, I'm now I could be wrong, but for Micah Hyde, like, did he had to have like said or had some meeting with the coaching staff and said, look, like, I don't want to just come back if I'm not going to even get any opportunity. Or maybe he did know that was going to happen and said, fuck it. Pay me. I'll come here. I'll tutor the guy. Like, I'll be like a mentor or whatever. Like, I'll coach him up on a sideline.
He came back as break glass in case of emergency.
It's very possible. And to
the way he's talking about
be
it.
Be a sideline guy. Coach him up a little bit. Young guys. Yeah.
I think Michael missed the locker room, came back to be part of something that he started, 7 years ago. And he's like, listen, I'm not coming in to mess up your rotation. It's break glass in case of emergency. Although we were in a case of emergency, we never broke the glass. So I don't know what the fuck we're doing.
I just really thought they would at least throw him in there. Like, God dang, man. You're like, come on, man.
Maybe it's a week 18 thing when everybody's gone.
Hey, I don't know.
If we win this week, who knows? Who's the most dynamic running back in the NFL, and why is it James Cook?
It ain't James Cook. I promise you.
We can't lose our last regular season home game. That would be. We're not going to lose our last regular.
I don't think so either.
I don't see us losing to them. Miami needs to cut Shaq from the clear waivers, so Miami wouldn't have the choice whether he gets picked up or not. Yeah, I imagine he'll end up somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure somebody, but he's also not. I mean, what kind of shape? I'm sure he's in good shape, but still, he hasn't played any. He didn't do anything, right? No preseason, no mini camp, no training camp, no nothing, right? So I mean, that's kind of one of those things too that coaches have to take, an account.
Roy comes in and says, I've heard he may sign the Bucs practice squad, which makes zero sense because the Bucs aren't even guaranteed to be in the playoffs. Why would you go sign with someone who hasn't locked up a playoff spot? You think he would end up in like Detroit or Philly or
Detroit,
a playoff team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes
Detroit
sense.
is running out of bodies. I guarantee you they would probably prefer to have him.
Can't hurt. Yep.
So right here, Tommy, who's more dynamic, Cook or Henry?
You know that answer. I don't need to answer that.
If Micah ends up playing any meaningful snaps, we're in trouble. I think Micah's the best safety we got. Honestly, after watching our safeties, I think Rapp and Micah is the best ones that we have.
I don't know because I don't know what Micah Hyde's like.
If he plays like he played at the end of last year, he's still better than what we have.
I agree, but I just don't. I got it. But that's the intriguing part. Like for me, like why not at least put him in there for a couple series just to see, like, just to kind of get a feel of what Micah Hyde is capable of doing. That, you know what I mean? Since he's been away, like to me, if I'm just saying, if for instance, you're saying he's in case, you know, whatever, in case of emergency break glass, I get that part. Okay, cool. But if you're McDermott and that's really what your thinking is, wouldn't you go, okay, you know what? I get that part, but let me at least see if he is that, in case of, like, if he can actually come and like what he can do. We'll put him in a couple series against the fucking Patriots. You know what I mean? Whatever. Just to see, okay, yeah, for sure. If this happens, he's the Micah, like, yep, that's what Micah Hyde could do. Like, yep, he's good to go. You get what I mean? Like, at least he knows, yeah, damn, Micah Hyde still has it. I would at least want to know. You know what I mean? Like, why not throw him in there? What is the worst thing is gonna happen, bro? Especially, let's say week 18, Mikey. Let's say we beat the Jets.
Maybe
which I think
he's concerned of the injury piece.
Now that is a very then I would go back to the whole.
Is the type of person who worries about the person more than the player.
But wouldn't you think he would have that conversation with Micah Hyde though, and say, "Hey, man, what do you feel about this?"
Who fucking knows what McDermott does and doesn't?
Yeah,
he left one of the best defensive run stoppers on the bench our entire year when we needed run stopping defensive tackle. So
I agree.
I cannot get in the mind of Sean McDermott.
I understand. It just drives me bonkers. Are you done with the around the league?
No.
Okay. Sorry about that. All right.
It's all good. Brian Gumbel passed away at age 70.
I know, man.
It's a bummer.
Damn it. Yeah.
Bummer.
Or was it Greg Gumbel? I think it was Greg Gumbel.
Oh, yeah, it's Greg Gumbel.
Yeah.
Greg Gumbel.
Yeah.
I said Brian Gumbel, didn't I?
Yeah, it's his brother, right?
Yeah. Greg Gumbel. At 78. Playoff chasing Chargers activate Dobbins' knee.
Oh, okay.
You know, the Saints won't have Carr or Kamara against the Raiders.
Oh, man. That's a shit game. I don't even know who I would pick if you're in a parlay on that one. Two terrible teams going at it.
And I don't know if you saw this. It's my last of around the league. We have Romo and Nance for the Jets game.
Nice. I like Romo. All right. Good.
High five.
But you would think there was a better game for the CBS number one team.
You would think. You're right. You are right. That is true. I don't know.
But
who knows?
It is what it is, right?
Yep.
You know. Oh God. Yeah. So that's around the league.
I'm Prison Mike.
Good stuff, Mikey. By the way, so do you know who's going to be running out with the Bills against the Jets? What former player?
Was it Terrence McGee?
It is Terrence motherfucking McGee.
Yeah.
Man, guys, if you don't remember him or you want to like refresh your memory, just go to Twitter, just type in McGee and you'll see all the videos. Like I was looking today, even on YouTube, but man, dude was so dynamic, Mikey.
He started as a kick and punt returner and worked his way into being one of our best corners.
I mean, look at that. Just that. Now, mind you, I don't know. This is back in 2022. Mm-hmm. I believe somebody put this, but most passes defended in Bills history, most fumble return yards, most kickoff return touchdowns in Bills history, most kickoff return yards in Bills history, most kickoff returns in Bills history, longest kickoff return touchdown in Bills history, tied for the most total touchdown return touchdowns in Bills history. 23rd all-time NFL kick return average, 26.3. Not bad, considering you know how many fucking players have returned footballs in the NFL to be 23rd. It's not terrible. 26 all-time NFL kick return yards. Once again, the NFL's been around forever. 26 is pretty good. 5,450. Tied 9th all-time NFL kick return scores. 5. Once again, pretty impressive. 2-time All-Pro, 2004, 2005. He made the Pro Bowl in 2004. First player in NFL history to return a kickoff and an interception for a touchdown in the same game that was against Cincinnati. Dude was legit, bro. So legit. Like, he is not talked about as much as he should be for the things he accomplished here. Man, love that dude.
I don't disagree with that. I'm looking to see where he landed up on our top, 100 because I know he was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was.
You know,
We had him up there for sure.
he's
Probably
up.
top 20, right? Did we have him top 25? Okay.
I'm looking. So 61 to 75.
Mikey's looking.
Yeah, I'm looking. Where did we have him? Well, he was top 50.
Okay.
Where did Terrence McGee rank?
Like, let's see here. Maybe I have it pulled up on our good old YouTube. Let's see here while you're looking. Maybe you'll find it before me.
Yeah. Number 27 on our list.
There you go. Number 27. Not bad.
He sat between Shady and Aaron Schobel.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah. Because Shady is 28, Aaron Schobel is 26.
Y'all remember in the chat, McGee? That guy was a beast, bro. Love that dude, man.
There's a chance this he sneaks in. In that case, Buffalo would face the Bengals, Ravens, and Chiefs. Yeah. There's everything has to fall the Bengals' way for that to happen. Everything. Bill Strush tries in the passing game more than they do James Cook at spend. Yeah. Not wrong there. Should Shador want to go to New York or another team? Shador wants to go to Vegas. I'll tell you right now, with the way the Giants are set up, I would not want no part of that team. I love, our old assistant GM and Dabes, but some of the decisions they've made, whew, yikes.
Yeah, I think they'll get another year, even though I don't know, man. If I'm the owner, I'm thinking, damn, you made some pretty foolish mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. That's a rough one.
And it was on freaking Hard Knocks.
I know where the world.
So right. Not only did you make the mistakes, but the world got to see you make the mistakes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I bet Tommy had Joe Ferguson top 5.
Definitely not. We did not have I'm pretty sure we didn't have him in our top 5.
No. Bruce, Jim, OJ, Thurman, Andre. Joe Ferguson wasn't even in our top 10 because then it was Joe Delamure, Daryl Talley, Billy Shaw, Steve Tasker, Josh Allen.
By the way, we will eventually redo that list because there is going to be some players dropping
and moving.
Players are moving
Joe
up.
Ferguson ended up 18th on our list.
Like I can promise you, Josh Allen's moving up.
Yeah. Wow, Sabres won. Sabres won. Check it out. Good
Holy
vibes.
Shit.
Good vibes.
Oh my God.
McGee was awesome.
Yeah.
Heard Vrabel's going to Vegas. I've heard Vrabel is either going to Vegas or New England. I heard New England's at the top of his.
I think New England. They're talking about getting rid of the coach already. Wow.
I heard Vrabel prefers New England, but is willing to go to Vegas because of his relationship with Tom Brady.
I didn't even know the coach was on the hot seat already in New England, but it would be a good fit. I mean, he has ties there. I mean, I get it.
I heard it on McAfee. Boston Connor, diehard
Patriots fan,
was talking about it, and he said, "Well, you have to remember they had to give him the head
because it was under
in his contract.
Belichick's. Oh, that's right.
They put in his contract that he was the next head coach. So it didn't say you had to have more than one season, and nobody was expecting Vrabel to get canned.
Robert Kraft's like, hey, read the fine print, young man.
It just said I had to give you the job and say for how long.
Right.
And it's not like he's been amazing. He's had plenty of hiccups along the way this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And especially if the players aren't respecting you or whatever. You're having riffs already. Probably best to move on, but we'll see what they do.
Don't count them out. Don't count out the Bills. You don't even know if they're playing Baltimore yet. They're still.
Yeah, I want to count us out. You listen. It's funny that what the thing is, man. I think sometimes we remember the last thing we saw. right? Which wasn't pretty, right? By the
Anytime
Bills.
before that, we had beat them. That was the first time they beat us in a while, and we had to go on the road for that, and we were without half of our defense.
But I think
like
I would say, Mikey, I would think more people would be more confident because you know how that saying is, like, you remember the last thing you saw.
They felt more confident after.
So if the Bills but I'm saying if the Bills, let's say they did the same thing to the Patriots, right, and our defense played a little better, we smoked them. Trust me, I think people will be like, "Oh, Bills are, Bills are like," right? But because what we put up, now people are like, "Oh man," and I get that feeling, but we'll be all right.
Nana says J17 needs a big time game Sunday. Another minute performance. MVP goes to Lamar. I don't agree with that at all. If you listen to the ESPNs and the first takes on Fox, yes, but those guys aren't MVP voters. If you're going to listen to anybody on Fox, it's the one guy I absolutely hate. It's Acho.
Mm-hmm.
But Acho was breaking it down for everyone of why Josh Allen is the MVP. It's not because of the stats. People look at the stats and think the best player is the MVP. It's the most valuable player. It's the reason why Lamar won MVP last year. Without the stats, he was most valuable to his team. Josh should beat him out. So if you listen to the talking heads, they have to have something to talk about. So this is what it is. It's a talking point. They also recently polled, the NFL execs. 22 of 27 thought Josh was the MVP. The writers aren't too far off from what the league thinks. Now, the talking head media, they're going to think whatever they want. Bart Scott's comments were just asinine. Did you see his Bart Scott's comment?
Honestly, Mike, I really try not to watch it. Like the only time I ever see clips
I saw it on X.
YouTube or whatever. Okay.
I saw it on X. He was saying how, the way Josh is going to view. So he was talking for Josh, saying the way he's going to view if he wins MVP and they lose is a successful season. But if Lamar loses and gets the MVP, he's going to chalk it up as a down season. Like, do you listen at all? Like, what are we doing? You're talking for people now? Like, Bart Scott is a notorious Josh Allen hater.
Oh, yeah. Been
he has
for a
been
while.
from
For
day
a while.
one.
Yeah.
And he makes asinine comments, and then he's never there the next day to have to defend his comment. He doesn't come back until the end of the week.
But isn't it, that goes for many of them.
Yeah.
Many of them. So that's why I refuse to, honestly, I not refuse, but I do not watch much national media anymore. Bro, I swear to God, when I was young, Mikey, like ESPN was fun for me. Like I would watch what was the guy's names that would, the 5 o'clock show where they open the mailbox and like, mail time, whatever. I forget the guy's name. You remember that show?
No.
What's that show called? Where they would have like a mail. They go mail time. They go
the
to
only mail time I know is the kids show.
No. It was a segment in the show. It's called Mail Time. Mail Time.
No, I don't know.
You don't remember that? It's God, the guy, Wilbon, Mike Wilbon, and Tony Kaiser, Tony whatever.
PTI, yeah. PTI.
Yes, you don't remember that section? Mail Time. They would do quick little like he would pull it out. Blah blah blah. Anyways, I used to watch that show religiously. Like I loved it.
PTI still on.
I'm sure it is, but once again, that proves my point. I don't watch ESPN like I used to. It used to be fun, like the top 10. The shows were pretty cool, and then it just got so bad. Like the more they added these more like crazy, like overreaction, like over the top, fucking, you know what I mean? Everything has to be like over the top, and it was just I can't do it, Mikey. And then FS1 came aboard, and then they had to copy what ESPN's doing. They had to get their own crazy guys. That I'm like, dude, I can't do it no more. Can't do it no more. So I moved on. I do not watch. I try not to, at least.
Mr. Fulton, what is your New Year's resolution? I don't do New Year's resolutions anymore.
Let's see here. Let me read this. Most interesting man in the chat. Hello, Tommy and Mikey. I am getting ready for my big America's Got Talent. So you guys remember that. He still hasn't told us his name. I'm guessing Fulton Mars. So we'll look for that name on the show this year, 2025. And what is your so mine, honestly, is just to honestly to just get this channel even better, like to make this channel honestly get more voices on this channel and continue to grow with Mikey and go up the ladder as far as Buffalo Bills content goes. We're trying. I think we've come a long way, but we're not quite there. But we're getting there, Mikey. I feel like we're getting there.
Yeah, slowly but surely. I mean, it's year 3 for us. A lot of these guys have been on for for a long time,
dude.
Yeah,
years, bro. I went on my rant, by the way, on my live stream. Glad you weren't there. I called out a lot of. I have no idea what I was thinking, but I don't care. It's Christmas Day. Christmas when I was on for 7 hours, and like people are bringing shit up, and I'm like, yeah, like I didn't bite my tongue about certain channels.
Oh God.
So, but once again, though, even if it got back to
Merry
these people,
Christmas,
they could care less.
Merry Christmas, Tommy.
Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't there.
I said even if they heard, you know what they would say? Who the fuck is Tommy and what's Mafia Sports Report? So,
right.
So whatever.
Yeah, Spin. Let's go down a rabbit hole. Bar Scott is a clown. Colin said he thinks Josh is the most talented quarterback he's ever seen. Talent-wise, yeah. Take Henry off the Ravens, they're not that good. No one's talking about Henry either. That's the crazy part. Like, everyone's talking about how great Lamar was. Lamar threw 15 passes.
Yeah. You forget about
Henry had 150 yards rushing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I imagine it's not hard when you have six yards of separation with every one of your receivers. Because everyone's up to, guard Derrick Henry.
Triggs, I'm on my own on this one.
Yeah.
Don't come after Mikey. He didn't say shit.
I had no idea that even happened.
Yeah, whatever.
Pardon the interruption. Yeah, PTI. Kornheiser. God, Kornheiser kind of looks like.
Did you ever see? What's his name again? Mike, whatever. When he went out and pitched a first pitch for the Cubs and had his jersey tucked in to his damn jeans. The guy that's on the show, it's him and Tony. What's the other guy's? Mike Wilbon or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
Michael Wilbon.
That's his name. Okay, so did you ever see the clip of him where I guess he's from Chicago or whatever. So he went out he did the first pitch for the Cubs game, and he had his fucking jersey, tight ass jean pants, and his jersey was tucked in to his jeans. No. It was so bad, dude. People are making fun of him forever, bro, for that.
That doesn't surprise me.
You do not tuck your jersey into your jeans, bro.
No. The only time you tuck your jersey in is when it's when you have to for playing the sport.
It was so bad.
Yikes. Spin comes in and says, my New Year's resolution is to get Tommy to admit James Cook is dynamic.
Yeah, it's never going to happen.
Hey, guys, any word on Hyde playing Sunday? Don't count on it.
Yeah, nope.
Let it be a surprise if it happens. Don't ever count on it. McDermott doesn't play. Good play.
There we go. Mike said, yeah, I got to support him, Mike.
I'm went up on Christmas. It was so awesome. Mike said what?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Tommy, did you pick out the tattoo artist? Give you
I got a tattoo artist. I got a lot of tattoos. So, like I said, I have no problem doing it.
Did you hear what Ryan Clark said? That if Allen wins, it'll be like Charles Barkley winning. So, in other words, it would be out of pity. Yeah. Can't listen to Ryan.
Jeez. Clark. That's a fucking slap.
He's also one of those flip-floppers.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know it's bad when Nick Wright is the voice of reason.
I know.
Nick Wright said Josh should be the MVP.
That's terrible. By the way, he's
the voice of reason. That's sad.
He's beefing with Aaron Rodgers.
Nick Wright is?
No, Ryan Clark.
Oh, Ryan Clark? Yeah.
Yeah, they're having like beef. They're doing like videos on each other. It's so fucking funny.
Ryan Clark looks at stats.
Yeah.
Ryan Clark also is the one who said the Bills' window was shut and they were going to finish third in our division at the start of the year.
Taking a shot on Charles Barkley too. What a dick.
And who the fuck made, Ryan Clark, the God's meow of what the NFL opinion is. Who gives a crap what he thinks?
Right.
Would you rather have the Bill?
Ooh,
Who would you rather have?
God. Honestly, and I love Eric Moulds. Right, he's my favorite player ever. But you have to go.
Bruce Smith is that game wrecker.
Yeah, you have. Now, mind you, Eric Moulds is unfucking believable.
Yeah,
he would be the guy. He would be the main fucking target on the team. But you have to go
pick
with
someone
with
on
Bruce.
offense. If I had to pick one person on offense, I don't even think it would be Eric Moulds. I think it'd be Thurman Thomas.
So I don't. One player in offense. That's a great. No, I get it. He was unbelievable. Passing game, running game.
Offense?
No, I get it. He was unbelievable. I just that's a great question, and I think I honestly, man, I like your pick too. I do. I mean, honestly, but I love Eric Moulds too. I think Eric Moulds was just different, bro. God, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know. That one I'm torn. I would Thurman or Eric. I go with either one, but man. You could also go with OJ fucking Simpson. I don't just. There is other players.
I don't know if OJ's style fits.
And this time, yeah. What about beast mode?
I don't know if he fits this offense.
Interesting. Yeah, you're right. And I'm talking about the beast mode of beast mode Seattle. Yeah, I'm not talking about beast mode here.
Yeah,
Prime Shady. Ooh.
Prime Shady would be good. Thurman was just a dual threat that was just amazing.
Damn. We did have some.
You could line Thurman up in the slot.
No, I get it. You're right. And he was, I understand that. And that's a tough one, bro. Because I'm just thinking of the current team we have, right? You're adding that player in.
Yeah.
You got 3 guys here. James Cook could also could catch out the backfield. And Ty Johnson. And I'm just saying, Ray Davis. We don't have an Eric Moulds. I mean, like I'm just saying in his prime, or an Andre Reed. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I would kind of lean towards Moulds because I think you could still do that stuff with the 3 running backs we have. I don't think we could do that with like you bro. He could Eric Moulds.
You want a dynamic running back, Tommy? Go get you Thurman Thomas.
100%. Yeah, no, that's fucking dynamic for you.
You want to go get a dynamic running back? Go get you Thurman Thomas.
Yeah. Shady McCoy, dynamic.
I don't know if he wins it if he breaks it. I don't know. I think he'll be in the talking point. I think if he breaks the record, whether it's the 17th game or not, I think he wins Offensive Player of the Year. That's the one that he'll probably get. Because right now, if Josh wins MVP, chances are Lamar is going to be Offensive Player of the Year. If Saquon breaks the record, there's a good chance he wins Offensive Player of the Year. We have a super chat.
Oh, we do. Let me hit that. I apologize. I'm hurt. That. Thank you, Mike.
Yes. And he gave you this because you went off on Christmas.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you.
Moulds is one of my favorite Bills players of all time. Moulds was fantastic.
Yeah, man.
And can you imagine Moulds and Shakir playing together on this team?
Holy shit. Right. Yeah. Right. His mentor. Yeah.
Yeah. Eric Moulds is a Bills great. Bruce is a top 3 defensive player of all time.
Oh, yeah. If you could only choose one, I get it. But if you're going 1 and 1 on defense, 1 on offense, oh, man. Of course, Bruce, no doubter. There's no fucking doubt in your mind with Bruce Smith.
Yeah, and all these guys that you're talking about, Triggs, here, that you named, all want Lamar to win it. Because
I don't like Rob Parker either, by the way.
They're narrative.
That guy.
It's
I
narrative.
hate that fucking guy.
They don't want to go against their narratives. They hate it when they look wrong. Moulds, we still struggling against man coverage.
Hell no, bro. Have you ever that dude? Because I think I never seen a player get so much separation than Moulds. Go watch his highlights. It don't matter, bro. That dude was fast, physical, can make one-handed catches. He was different, bro.
Too early to be welcoming anybody to Arrowhead outside of the Chiefs and whoever they're going to play. I will not count my chickens saying we're going to see them at Arrowhead. We still have, multiple games ahead.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it, brother. I really do. Beast mode doesn't fit this offense, kind of like Derrick Henry.
right.
The reason he doesn't fit this offense is because he's not, doesn't catch the ball. From a running style, yes, Beast mode would be fine, just like Derrick Henry would be fine. But with what we like to do with our running backs, they're not ideal for this offense.
See, Spin, that's where I was going. I think it would benefit more with Moles and Thomas, believe it or not. Only because we got the 3 backs that can kind of do that. Now, they're not as dynamic as Thomas, but what do you mean?
Tommy leaned into Dan Mitchell.
Did I?
on your rant? Was he one of the channels that you were?
I left him alone. I
hear the Bills are talking about
Nice
re-signing
guy.
Mario Addison. Oh my God! Don't even joke about that. There is Mikey Thurman's dynamic. Thurman is dynamic.
Yeah, he
You want
was.
dynamic back? Put Thurman back there.
Absolutely.
Running back plays isn't our problem. No, our problem is secondary, or the pass rush. That's why you want Bruce.
Right. Yeah.
He's gonna wreck the game.
Absolutely.
I think they should do co-MVPs every year for one quarterback, then one non-quarterback. It would water it down. You also have to remember it's a media award. It's not even like a league award; it's a media award.
I was thinking about that today, Mikey. Actually, I'm like these people that vote, right? That get these votes. Like you were telling me, the guy on Pat McAfee show.
Tone Diggs.
What the fuck? Like, I mean, no. Listen, I'm sure he knows football, like obviously, but why does he get a? Why does he get the fucking vote?
Because each network X amount.
I know it's just so stupid.
They give him one of them. Acho's a voter.
I remember they took it away from what's his name had it one year. God, Dan Lebatard, and they took it away from him, or Stu Gatze, because he did something. He voted.
He did a poll.
They pissed him. Like he pissed off the NFL by whatever he did, and they took him off. He can never do it again.
Who he should vote for, and because he said because he was making the point of this is dumb that the writers are the ones voting for this.
Right. So he wanted it right.
So they pulled it from him. It was either Stu Gatz or Lebatard. I can't remember which one it was.
Oh, it was good, Roy.
I think it was Stu.
It was good, man. I didn't really mean to do
7-hour content. You'll find
it. I don't think you want to watch 7 hours, but it was good. I don't know how it got. I think the chat got me going.
What are the odds that Lamar and Josh share the MVP and Saquon gets Offensive Player of the Year? I can see co-MVPs.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. All right, Spin. My bad.
Yeah, tell me I'm saying molds over time.
No, I get what he's saying now. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah. Cook is more dynamic than Lynch.
What? Are you? No, he's not. Are you kidding me? And they're prime? No fucking way. It's not even close, bro. You're joking. You have to be fucking with me now. There is no way you truly believe that, Spin. There's no way. And bro, I don't think anyone, even all the James Cook lovers in here, ain't no fucking way in hell. If you line them up right now, go pick one in their prime, beast mode or James Cook. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure 99.9% is going to go with beast mode. I would be shocked if someone went with James Cook. You would truly have to be your favorite player. Like if you picked him. And that's just the truth. Mikey, honestly, you have both lined up right now. Who would you choose?
I choose beast mode every time.
Every time, right?
I like James Cook, but beast mode between the tackles. Beast mode can catch the ball and he can outrun people.
And he could fucking run people over.
Yeah.
And keep going.
My homeboy says Ravens versus Bills. Remember, Ravens versus divisional round. That's saying that the Ravens make it to the divisional round. They don't lose in the first round. That's saying the Bills make it to the divisional round and don't lose in the first round. Like there's still a lot of games to be played before we get to that point.
You never know.
If the Ravens were to lose in the first round, we wouldn't see them. You guys would see whoever beat the Ravens, and we would see the next the winner
Correct.
of the 4 or 5 game. So like there's still so many things that can happen inside there. So
Yeah.
I'm not going.
And my homeboy, as you know, the Ravens this year, and even in the playoffs and past, like they're a weird team, bro. There's games they just do not show up, bro. I mean, they've had some bad losses this year, and in the playoffs, they've gone in as the number 1 seed and still got knocked off. So
multiple times, not just
multiple
once,
times.
multiple times.
Yeah, you're right, multiple times. So
last year was the first year they made it to the conference championship game,
and it got smoked.
Yeah.
So
I
don't listen. I think they're a good team, but can they be beaten? Yeah, I've seen them multiple times.
Mike says these dipships keep moving the goalposts on Josh. Josh had better stats than Lamar last year, but the Ravens had a better overall record. Same as scenario this year, but Lamar should win it. It's not even that. They said, well, Lamar was the number 1 seed last year. I'm like, if you go back and look at the records, the Bills have a better record than Lamar's 1 seed last year right now. So what are we talking about?
You guys are man, you guys are unbelievable in the chat tonight. I love it.
I'm having a hard time keeping up.
I know. Glad you're in charge.
Tommy's dynamic.
Yeah. Now that was dynamic, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Fuck no to co-MVPs with Josh Lamar. It wouldn't surprise me if they did something like that, though.
Oh, that's a good point, Roy. Yeah, I'll try to do that, and then I'll get real, and then I'll really piss people. I'll just be out. This is for all the Buffalo Bills podcasts.
I'll take the Tommy trolling rather than my defensive take.
Yeah, that's what we're getting, Mikey.
Hey, Jesus,
we need heat on the channel from other channels.
Right, that's the last thing we need. All right. Tommy on Christmas Day decided to go all rogue on me.
Yeah, Mikey starts getting messages from other channels.
He's like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Fuck is wrong with you guys over there talking shit?
No wonder why the chat was so riled up when I came in on Christmas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Mike. Y'all are being mean to Mikey.
I was like, what the hell's really going on here? I would go with Lynch over Cook. Holy fuck.
All right, smart decision. Crazy. Smart decision there, Spin.
Okay, so why I'm getting caught up, do you have anything for us tonight?
Yes, sure,
let's catch us up.
Sure I do, bro. You know I always do. Let's go to the storylines. How about some storylines? You want storylines? I got them for you. All right. Let's get some storylines. All right, here we go, Mikey. Let's last go for the starters. The way this week's Christmas football finished, the Bills no longer have the number 1 seed to play for. In their rout of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Kansas City Chiefs, 15-1, have locked in that top spot in the AFC. Because of that, Buffalo will likely play at full strength in this upcoming Sunday against the Jets in order to not have to do that in their season finale if they lock up the number 2 seed. And it says, let's see here, translation, this very well could be the last time we see the Bills starters for a few weeks. Mikey, wrap it up, right? Fucking finish it.
Wrap it up.
Get it over
week, and then player starters, halftime next week. You don't sit them all down.
Okay.
That's not a McDermott thing to do. Unless they're banged up is the only way they sit.
Ooh, now this is a conversation, hot topic right here. Josh MVP trail.
Here's the thing. Josh just came out and said it this week. He's like, I don't give a shit about the MVP. So if says you don't play, he won't play, and he doesn't care.
I figured that.
MVP.
But this is true, as it's been for weeks. Many eyes will be on Bills quarterback Josh Allen as it pertains to the 2024 NFL MVP award. After injury and weather held him back in Buffalo's win over New England last week, Allen needs to have a good showing if he's going to clinch that honor. Many believe Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson closed the gap a bit in the NFL's other Christmas Day game. And we've already talked about that, so I'll move on. Last home game. The Bills are expected to win their final 2 games of the 2024 regular season against the Jets and Pats, respectively. While Buffalo will be the favorite in both, this one is their final contest in Highmark Stadium in the regular season. This team will be well aware of that, because making sure Week 17 is not their final home game will be a motivating factor. Lock some more of those in for the postseason with wins. I agree.
Going back to that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Win or lose this game, we have at least one more home game.
We have correct, no matter what. Yep. Will defense health help, Mikey? The Bills only won by 3 points against the Patriots last week, a surprising number. Most expected a bigger gap, and we were favored by 14. As that relates to Buffalo's defense, the group was really beaten up and missed plenty of key starters, such as cornerback Rasul Douglas, linebacker Matt Milano. There's a good chance multiple first-team players are able to suit up against the Jets. A big boost. And that's something Mikey was bringing up last week, right? Mikey was saying, hey, calm down.
Guys. We're also lost both of our starting safeties.
I agree. So what do you feel about that? Getting guys back this weekend? I
think we're only getting 2 of them back. I think we're getting Milano and Douglas back. I think the safeties are going to be out again.
But those 2 coming back make a difference? What compared to what you saw last week is what I'm saying. Will there be any difference in this game? Like, will the Jets come out get 14 off the bat on us again?
No, I don't think so. I think it'll be a small difference. But I don't think it's going to be because those 2 guys are there. I think the game plan is going to be different. I don't think McDermott liked what he saw last week, and he's going to say, "Fuck that, we're not doing that shit again." Go out there and freaking, hammer, nail, be the hammer, not the nail.
Got you. All right,
because McDermott was pissed at the end of the game.
Yeah,
and yes, it was a 3-point at the end, but it wasn't a 3-point game. They scored a late touchdown to make it a 3-point game at the end, and they had to do an onside kick, and they couldn't get it.
Like the Lions game, basically, is what you're saying. Okay, yes. Bullshit touchdown. The onside kick made it look closer than what it was. You're saying, okay.
Which the Bills are the kings of that shit.
Yeah, we are. We definitely are. All right, next up, last go against these Jets. Oh, there he is. This fucking guy. The Bills. The Bills narrowly edged this Jets team 23-20, Mikey, earlier this season. Not good either. It almost might be the final time Buffalo faces this team from New Jersey. They always get it wrong. It's New Jersey. There are a ton of questions surrounding the likes of quarterback Aaron Rodgers and their futures with the Jets. Bare minimum, the team will actually have a head coach and general manager before next season. So, yeah, it's our final. It could be the last time we see Aaron Rodgers in a Jets uniform. By the way, do you think he comes back?
It could be one of his last games. I don't know. He might retire.
He should. I'm just fucking sick of that fucking guy.
Mike comes in and says, Mikey walked into a shit show on Christmas. Mikey didn't walk into a shit show. Mikey was invited into a shit show. Tommy texted me, said, "Hey, are you going to join me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be there." So it wasn't that I just randomly "Hey, I'll come join you." I got invited into the shit show that was Christmas.
Mike's like, "You're ruining my Christmas, you fucking asshole."
What the hell, dude?
Oh my god, dude.
This is one of my favorites. Can't wait for the Bills Wire to put up a paywall. We're capturing. Do you think Tommy for this?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Tommy's second co-host. One that doesn't talk back to him and tell him he's wrong.
Yeah, don't fucking talk back to me, Bills Wire. Put you in your fucking place.
Playing Dorian on another bond situation. Milano's going to get every opportunity to get back to health and show what he can do. I do believe if Milano isn't ready, playing where he was or where they want him to, Dorian will start in the playoffs. I don't believe they're going to leave Milano out there in the playoffs if he's not better than Dorian. I really don't. And Vaughn's situation last year. Vaughn's been good this year. People just only look at sack numbers and think.
I think he's been fine. Yeah, I don't think he's been great, but I think he's been fine. I don't see any. Yeah, I didn't think. I would say good. Yeah, that's fine. But not great. But I don't think he. I think he's way better than he was last year. Not even close. So yeah, but he's not what he once was. Clearly, Clearly not that.
I would love to see Elam get another game too, Spin, but with Douglas coming back, it ain't happening. Unless it's week 18 and we're sitting, Douglas or Ben.
You ain't gonna see Elam again unless there's an injury, bro. Like I think McDermott probably gonna put him in the doghouse again. Watch, I promise you.
True says everyone in the broadcasting had the Bills rebuilding this year since losing Diggs and Davis.
Yep.
Without Josh, this team would be a 7-8 win team at best. I'm thinking 3-win team at best without Josh.
7, that's being nice, bro.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 4, maybe
3-4 win team.
All right.
Injuries also included, and he's the most valuable player. I do agree with the same thing. And every voter that I've heard talk about it says the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get me wrong, Lamar has a fantastic season. Lamar's been excellent. It's the best Lamar I've ever seen. But stats doesn't equal value. If you took Lamar off that team, they still have Derrick Henry, they still have the tight ends, they still have the receivers,
right,
and the offensive line. They're still going to win 7, 8, 9 games. You take Josh off of this team, they're winning maybe 3 games.
Yeah, no,
let's talk value.
It would be bad, bro. It would be really bad.
Who'd you rather see Mike White play next week? If we win Sunday, I think that gives us a better chance.
I think they get both. I think he gets the second half. Hey, I think Mike White gets. I think he gets a second half.
I think Trubisky starts. Mike White finishes
because they're going to want to see what they got in him, and I think it would be a cheaper option going into next season and get rid of fucking.
The only way that doesn't happen is if they decide to play Josh early because they're not going to keep 3.
You're right. I didn't think about that. You're right. Yeah. It depends how long, right?
Mm-hmm. But I would prefer to see Mike White over Trubisky. I know what Trubisky is. I want to see what Mike White is in with this offense.
Trubisky. Whatever happened to him in Pittsburgh, bro. Broke him, dude. He like scared to throw. Like that dude is so hesitant. Like it's crazy, bro. He has to come in. We're in big fucking trouble.
More playing time for him during the season, the better. I'm with you. People hate Elam. Other people think he's just been stunted by the coaching staff, and I fall in the camp of he's been stunted by the coaching staff.
I'm in the middle.
Did he have a good game last week? No. Did he have a good game the week before? Yeah.
I've seen him have good games. I've seen him have bad games. I think right now I'm in the middle. But you know what? I also go with you on Mikey. I don't think the coaching staff helped him by fucking not playing him ever. And so how can he ever? How can he ever get better if he's not given the opportunity to learn from his mistakes? Like you're just gonna like bench him, like inactive. Of course, and then finally make him active. You think he's gonna just come out and ball out, like not make mistakes, like. So I get where you're coming from too, but right now, bro, I think I'm just over it, and it is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Just like I'm ready for him just to leave, just to not have the conversation anymore. You know what I mean?
For Christmas is a Tommy rant.
Yeah,
you got it. Tommy came through for Christmas.
I did.
Better pass rush win rate than Groot, I think, this year. Yeah. If you look at advanced stats, if not, it's close. Yeah. Vaughn's been good. He hasn't been great. He hasn't been game changing. He's just been good.
I got this one to finish it out, Mikey.
2 games. Okay.
All right. So we got 5 things to watch for. Okay. Here we go. 5 things. What are the 5 things, Bills Wire? Allen MVP drive. We already talked about that. We can skip that. Cold play. Speaking of Allen and the MVP, he did not perform well in Buffalo's win over the Patriots last week. That likely knocked him down a few levels for some, and Allen will need a big outing to convince them, especially in the cold weather. That plays a part in it being a tough passing effort in Week 16. Can the Bills perform in the passing game in their own backyard? Running back James Cook can, but this team will need both. That's actually, I like that. So what do you think about that? You think, because I did mention that, like, sometimes we don't, like, play well at home for some reason. We should, but sometimes we just, like.
I don't know. Did you see the Mike?
I don't get it.
Cook? Did you see the Mike?
I didn't. I should.
Dude,
I should.
He
go
said
back and watch.
He's like, dude, I can't get my hands warm.
I'm sure it's cold, but it goes by both ways. I mean, but
I get
that's
that.
what you want, right? Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But also, not only was it that cold, but Josh was sitting on the sidelines for most of the first.
I
fucking
know.
half,
Yeah, that
which
was
didn't help
brutal.
him at all. Stay
that was
warm. And
brutal, right?
I think it was a mixture of really bad, defense couldn't get off the field,
Yeah.
a poor offensive game plan, and it being really fucking cold outside.
You know what would be dope? And I don't know how they're going to
I
do
watched guys drop the ball last week, and they don't normally drop the ball.
the new stadium. Like, I don't know what they're going to do on the sidelines, but what would be cool, like if you really want to make it home field, is how like you do the Dolphins do it, where they have shade on their end. Well, you put the heating seats on our end, right?
I think
nice state of the art, right? Like heaters and shit on their end.
On the field too.
Wooden benches. I'm just saying, like, if you really want to fuck with the away team,
they'll bring their own benches and shit.
Yeah. But our side, like, state of the art, warmers and heated bench, soft. Their side, like an old school, the cheapest wooden bench. That's what I would do, but they won't.
Okay, I want you to keep this same energy you have here and go back and watch Douglas in his last game against the Rams and tell me you didn't see the exact same thing from Douglas.
Oh yeah, Douglas is he's not having I'm not saying he's having a bad season, but he's definitely lost a step. 100%. But I do think he is better than Elam still. I do. Right now I do. Yeah. But is it way better? No. I think he's slightly better. And that's only because he's been in the league a while. He has experience, way more experience.
He has way more snaps, so he understands it.
Way more snaps. Yeah.
I'm not saying Douglas is the long-term answer, but it's why people still want to see Elam, because you can see the talent in the kid. Yeah, and you're watching the same shit from a veteran. Yeah. You're not going to get it here because McDermott, for whatever reason, scheme. It's just,
and he's not giving.
He needs a reset. I bet you if he goes somewhere else, he actually ends up pretty good.
He's going to be happy as shit too, no matter where. Like he's going to have a new
ideal. And I hate to say it, Baltimore. They play man.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what too? I promise you, he'll have a chip on his shoulder wherever he goes. He's going to want to prove to McDermott, because I'm telling you, when a coach don't believe in you, don't give you opportunity, you don't think that eats away at somebody. Of course, he admitted so. So when he leaves and he gets an opportunity somewhere and he winds up starting, if he does, dude, trust me, it's all going to be about, I'm going to show that motherfucker what I'm about. Like, I'm going to show you guys. Like, I promise you.
One of Ford pretty much said that at the start this year. And you see what he's doing for the Chargers.
I know. Balling out.
Also, and I wasn't saying, that you were saying that Douglas is long term, but Ingram wasn't any better at outside corner either. He hasn't been the answer. And when it comes down to it, I just think they've stunted his growth. He needs to go somewhere where he's going to be able to get onto the field and just work through his issues. Being spot starter here and there, he'll never be able to work through the issues that he has.
Never.
Heat 3 comes in and says, if the Bills lose, do you think they rebuild? No. I don't think we're ever going to see a rebuild with Josh Allen as our quarterback. We'll see a retool, but we're never going to truly rebuild. Because in order to rebuild, they'd have to trade Josh Allen, and that ain't happening.
Correct.
The only way we rebuild is Josh Allen walks into Bean's office and Pagoul's office and says, I'm not resigning here, deuces.
All right. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Not here.
Which,
I mean, how many more seasons are we talking about, and would you blame them if they're not getting rid of McDermott? Let's say we don't win a Super Bowl in a year.
He's got to come out and say,
no, I'm just saying, like, would you blame him? That's what I'm saying. Let's say you're year 11 in and you're still holding hope for McDermott.
Yeah, I don't ever see him walking away from
I don't either, but boy, like, I think we all look back and we'd be like, bro, what the fuck? If it doesn't happen.
I could see that. If the Bills lose the last two games and the Ravens win the last two games and the Ravens jump the Bills for the number 2 seed, I could see Lamar taking.
Yep. I can see that. Yep.
Relax, Tommy. Elam's not Steph Gilmore.
I never said that. What do you mean? I'm not even. I told you I'm in the middle.
No, you're saying you said he's gonna go have a chip on his shoulder.
No. Well, he will. Absolutely, he will. But listen, that's every player. You don't think Josh Allen had a chip on his shoulder? Of course he did. Like, that's what players do, bro. When they're not given opportunity or teams cut him or waive him, whatever. That's what they do. So we'll see. I don't know. I have no idea until he goes somewhere else.
Okay, it wasn't considered. I said retool, so they called it a reset. And the reset wasn't so much from a team perspective; it was from a salary cap perspective. They're resetting the salary cap and taking their lumps this year. We have like 64 million in dead cap right now.
Let me get to the next one. Yep. Will it be close? Oh, boy. The Bills beat the Jets already in 2024, but it was not easy. Buffalo won 23-20 in week 6. And let's keep this simple. Can the Bills have a bigger win in this one? Ooh, Mikey, can the Bills win bigger than 3 points?
Can they? Yeah. Will they? I don't know.
That's great. That's a good reply.
All I give a shit about is the W at the end.
Oh, what we've been talking about. Because I skipped the other one because we talked about it already. Vanilla. And I said it. We both said it really after that game. The Bills, we need to win this to lock up the number 2 seed in the AFC postseason. Buffalo can't take it easy, even though they did last week. Buffalo, after a certain point, but after a certain point, do the Bills play a bit vanilla so their playoff opponents have less to look at? It's an interesting balance for head coach Sean McDermott. And that's what they did last week. I mean, Josh Allen said so himself.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even me, like, just bullshit. Like, oh, Tommy's just, thinking of something crazy. Like, no, bro, I said it. And then he said it. So, it's true.
So here's the way I look at it. You don't have to be vanilla. Go back through the plays that you've already called this year and use those. We have a freaking 15-week playbook that we can go steal stuff from that worked really well.
Right.
You don't have to put new stuff on paper.
No,
you don't have to just be also
Nobody
basic.
Right. Who said to use your playoff playbook or whatever you got stored in the back of your playbook?
So go use the stuff that's worked in the past.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Like don't think of this as preseason.
Run the ball.
Golly.
Run the motherfucking ball.
And get your running backs involved in the passing game. Once again, something that we went away from
last week. The short passing game wasn't there last week. Like even the short stuff to Shakir and to our backs and to all that stuff.
Yeah.
It just everything was 15 to 20 yards downfield. Know what it felt like? It felt very much like the old Dorsey playbook.
You're right. Nothing can happen. Let's just wing it downfield. Let's just chuck it downfield. Chuck it downfield.
Yep.
And hope for the best. I mean,
that's what it felt like.
And that leads to interceptions. That leads to sloppy play. That leads to a lot of things, potential injuries when you're
Dorsey style,
chucking up there.
This, as we were saying it, no Dorsey style long ball 3 and outs. Yeah. It felt so much like a Dorsey playbook last week.
It just felt like a preseason game for me, man. And really, that's what it was. And bro, I'm telling you, the offense was so like you could tell they just weren't having fun. Like it was the first game this season where I'm like, these guys just really aren't.
First game since the Texans game because they weren't having fun in that.
You're right, the Texans game, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like they just seemed like they were just like, I think even
nobody was smiling.
They just wanted to get out of there, bro. Like
I think it was that cold that everyone wanted.
It might have
the hell out of.
You're right. It might have been too, but guess what? It's going to only get colder, and we're going to lock up Tuesday.
No, it doesn't. Like this week's game's not nearly as cold as the last.
No, but I'm saying in the playoffs, it's just going to get fucking cold.
It's going to be cold, but I don't think it's going to get to the what it was.
You don't
last
know
week
that
was one of the coldest games ever there.
You don't, but Buffalo's so unpredictable, bro.
Oh no,
it is so unpredictable. So either way, it will be cold. You don't know if it's going to be snowing. Like windy as fuck.
Also, how do you get up? And this is from a professional athlete perspective.
Yeah.
How do you get up for a division rival that is already out when you've already locked up the division for a long time and you're going in with a vanilla game plan? It's hard to be excited.
I get it.
If it's in the playoffs, you get up for the playoff game. Like
that's true. It's a different
feeling.
You're right. You're right.
I don't know. The cold had everything to do with it. I think the cold played a part of it.
Yeah, I get you.
Honestly, things lined up so badly for Buffalo. Bills have to play shit teams and just get through it. Baltimore's playing meaningful games, getting hot at the right time in case he gets a month off of the rest. You can look at it that way if you want. I look at it as the Bills have already locked up their seed. They now get to play it smart and rest guys to get them healthy. Like I guarantee you, all the guys played last week. If we had to have that win, like 100%, we were in a dogfight. All of them played. I think they're able to rest guys to get them fully healthy for the playoffs because of how we're setting it up.
Right.
You know, just so say Casey gets a month of rest. The Bills have been doing this, and they've still been winning games. But you know, I don't think I just think we're going to miss some guys this week too, and we're just going to keep doing that until guys are healthy. The difference is can you not get our quarterback hurt?
Right.
You know, Josh even said it. He just took too many hits last week.
Yep.
You know, that's why you can't have a vanilla scheme against a team to where, let's be honest, that was kind of their big game this year.
Oh yeah,
is against the Bills.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, so they were up for it.
Yeah, they want to play spoiler. They want to, you know, it's a big win. You know, I get that. I totally get that.
Yeah. Some of Buffalo's worst cold snaps have happened in January. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. This is Dorsey ball. Throw 40-yard incompletions, run 4 or 5 yards, throw 7-yard pass, drop, punt. Yep. That's what we saw last week.
Yeah.
Like, it was so odd. Like, Shakir dropped a couple passes. You know, Cooper dropped a pass. There was like 4 or 5 drop passes last week that just
there was, yeah,
and a few of them were big ones.
Khalil was just not he wasn't feeling it. Something was up with him too. I'd never seen him so just bad,
out of sync,
just dropping. Yeah,
that ball went through his wits on that one. That would have been a big one right before half.
He doesn't drop those. Like
and then the one in the end zone. Like I get that guy got his arm in to help break it up.
Yeah, it was a great play.
Khalil usually holds on to that.
Yeah,
doesn't matter if the guy gets his. You know, once it hits his hands, it's like vice grips.
Yeah.
Sunday's game, cloudy with periods of rain, 57, winds 15 to 25, chance of rain 90%. Rainfall near half.
Damn, so it's rain, so it's going to be wet and cold.
We need win the takeaways. Yep. No, not nearly as cold. It's going to be in the high 50s.
No.
It was like
wet,
it was like
wet and cold.
It was like 3 degrees at one point.
Yeah.
You know, last weekend. Updated weather, Carl. Scattered showers, lots of dry time. Okay.
All right. Look at Roy with the update. I like that. The weather update.
I'm sure the forecast will change again tomorrow. It will keep changing too. It'll change the day of. Because at one point there was supposed to be snow. The Niners game. The snow was supposed to stop before game time, and it just got worse.
Yeah.
I watched the video of the new stadium viral tour effects. The canopy will direct wind, so it gusts of 30 or less than 2 on the field. Yeah, they've designed it to help take away some of that wind issues.
Correct. Yeah,
and it'll cover like what is it they say, like 70% of
most of the stands. Yeah, most of the people in the stands. Yep.
So you won't have the big snow guffs having to shovel out all the seating and all that stuff anymore.
Correct.
You know, it'll just be the field in the bottom, the layer of the stands where it's not covered.
Yep.
Forecast, be rating, scattered. No, that's only for the Patriots. That's the only time you ever see those.
Want to get to the keys?
What's the better name for a dog, Buckus or Mahomes?
Buckus.
I would never name my dog Mahomes.
Nah, never, ever. Never.
Yeah, the keys of the game. Come in with a fucking actual game plan, coaches.
Right.
Jesus Christ! Let's start with that, and then it's then where we've started all year. Starts in the trenches. Win the trenches. We lost the trenches last week, and we still won. That's just because we were a better team than them.
Yep.
You can't do that and expect to win games. You have to win the trenches.
I agree.
I think a game planning for them will be a big piece to that. And then I would love to see Josh just be Josh. Go out there and be yourself. Have fun. Be loose. Take the profits that are there. Stop trying to look for the big play. You know, go out and just, you know, put up 3 touchdowns.
And this Jets defense is not what they were. So there's no. Yeah, I'm just saying there's no reason why we can't put up points against the Jets. This ain't the Jets defense that we thought it was going to be entering the season. They have really
Get Allen 5 TDs,
fallen
300
off.
yards, then they can bench him.
Yeah, it'd be great.
I don't know if he needs 5. Give him 3 and 300 yards, and he probably secures the MVP.
Right.
1, run the ball. 2, stop Devontae. 3, run the ball. Devontae may not even play. Devontae's game time decision. My guess is he's gonna play, but you may be without Quinn Williams and Sauce Gardner for this week.
Mm.
And if either one of them does play, they're not gonna be 100%. So Oliver absolutely needs to show out Sunday. Yes, our whole D line. Here's the thing: Drake May is an athletic quarterback who got away from stuff. Aaron Rodgers isn't that guy anymore.
No, you
need to bring him down.
Yep.
We cannot start slow and fall behind again. We need to jump ahead and make the Jets be one-dimensional. We want to take the lead, right? And keep it. Yeah. And don't take your foot off the gas, McDermott. He does that.
Does it a lot on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, he did it against the freaking Lions, and it almost cost us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, the Lions, only had like 12 seconds after they scored the touchdown, but still.
Yeah, can't you never know what's going to happen until the clock says 0, bro. Like, I've learned my lesson. I never celebrate.
Nope, you can't after 13 seconds. You never can.
Not only that, I've seen so much that the fucking the kickoff to Houston or Tennessee, the miracle,
the Music City Miracle.
I mean, where we thought we had it, and that was game, and that was not game, and it was game for us.
Did you guys watch the Ignition special? My God, Aaron is such a D-bag. No, I haven't watched.
I refuse. I would not. I do not like the guy. I won't give it my.
I predict Vaughn gets 2 sacks. That's some money. But every sack that he gets is a little bit more money.
Yep,
makes him look so bad. And he doesn't even care. That's the thing.
No, listen, man. He's a Hall of Fame player. I give him credit for what he did on the field. But
why would he care about what I think of him?
I do not like that guy. Exactly. He could give 2 shits. He could care. Well, he doesn't care what anyone thinks. Doesn't even matter if it's a guy that's been around forever, right? A guy his people respect. He doesn't give a shit.
It's his big take is he won't care what someone thinks about him if he's not willing to ask them advice on something. Why does he care what they think about him? If he's willing to ask you advice and take your advice on something, then he cares what you think about him.
Yeah.
But if he's not going to ask you for advice, why does he care?
Him and Coward hate each other for years.
Yep.
I can't stand.
Still pissed we didn't start Flutie that game. Yeah, I know.
Me too, dude. I was really mad going into that game, bro.
Yeah. But that's pretty much the
all right.
keys. Come in with an actual game plan. Josh, take your profits and win the freaking trench battle.
I'm Prison Mike.
I like it, Mikey.
All right, Tommy. Time for scores and X factors. What's the score?
Corona Premier Chewy. Usually, unless I ran out, then it's just seltzer or whatever the hell I got. All right. So what do we got? We got what part of the show are we on?
Scores.
Huh?
Score prediction.
God, what Bills offense shows up? Listen. This is important, right? We need to win this game. We need to win this game.
There you go. 27-17 Bills.
You're going 27-17? Okay. I'm going to go. God, I shouldn't do it. 30-17.
Okay. We're close. Okay.
Yeah.
We're close.
101-13.
101-13. 34-14 below.
We're so upset. We're just gonna give
4-2 Buffalo. Let's get the scoregami.
Yeah.
Was the 31-2 game a scoregami? I think it was. Bills 23-16. Okay.
I mean
34-17. Okay, I like it. A lot of people feel the same way we're feeling.
Yep.
Should be a multi-score win.
Yeah. Yep.
It's going to end up like 24-17. You know that, right?
I know. I'm just trying to hold out for that we look somewhat
Because it's a
decent.
division game. It's just one of those things.
I know. I'm trying to be optimistic. So who's our players? Who's our players that we're going for?
All right. X factor on offense. I think it's going to be a James Cook game.
Yeah. Sounds right.
I'm feeling a James Cook game coming.
It does sound right.
And if it's not James Cook, it's going to be Shakir. I think he's going to make up for what he did last week. I think that's not going to sit with him well.
Okay. Makes sense. Who you got for defense?
Shakir shows out 102 touchdowns. I love that. On defense, I think it's going to be a Greg Rousseau game.
Okay.
Against that offensive line, he needs to show up and just eat. Who you got?
So, okay. So I'll go with what somebody said earlier on the defense side. I'll go Von Miller.
Ooh, love it.
For this one, right? Why not? It's the first time I chose him this year, so I'll go Von. And then on offense, I'll go because you took Cook. I was going to probably take Cook, but I'll switch it up since you took Cook. I'll go with
you can have Cook, and I'll take Shakir. It's all good. Like I said, if you want to Cook, if you agreed it was going to be Cook, I'll go Shakir.
Yeah, I just think they're going to be because
I think they're going to. They're going to,
especially if it is rain, especially if it is raining and everything, like scattered showers, whatever. But I almost want to go Ray Davis. Yeah, because I almost think if that's the game plan, well, let's get the running backs involved. I don't think it's going to be the James Cook show all day long. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I could see Ray Davis breaking some because he's had some pretty decent runs where he's broken some off. But I'll stick with Cook. But I could also see Ray Davis as well.
You know who on defense I can see having a game? Jordan Phillips.
Yeah, big JP.
This just seems like a game of his that he just wreaks havoc.
I'm glad he's back, man. I am. Not that he's like, he's
a fantastic DT4.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with him, bro. He brings the energy and
I love this, Carl. Amari Cooper will be the leading receiver, and Ed Oliver will get to Aaron Rodgers busting a move up the middle. I love it.
Sack his ass.
You know who I wouldn't mind seeing being the X factor of the game? I wouldn't mind seeing Milano with him being back.
God, right?
Show us a little bit of the old school Milano.
Yeah, just fucking drill Aaron Rodgers like he did Mike White.
Yeah, yes. Mike White be like, "See, it's not just me."
Break his fucking ribs.
I also wouldn't mind seeing Daquan have a game.
Yeah, he's been quiet too. Yeah,
you know, Daquan and Milano, I wouldn't mind seeing showing up here.
Also, too, Amari. I mean, Amari's been quiet for a while too. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, I would like Amari to get going again because he has been quiet since the one game.
Dawkins gets ejected for halftime.
Big fight. Yeah. I hope not, because that could lead to other games. So. Yeah, we don't want that. All right, Mikey. I think that's it for the night, man. So look, tomorrow it's going to be the last Fantasy Kingdom show with Mikey and Howie for the year. That's at 2:00. You don't want to miss that. It's going to be a fun show to watch. And at 4:00 is the AFC East Shakedown. I was thinking about not doing it, but I might as well. So regardless, I will be on AFC East Shakedown at 4:00. That will be on Mafia Sports Report. Pre-game will be me and Aramis. You don't want to miss that. And then post-game will be me and Mikey right after the game. So we'll be here. And Bills Mafia, man, appreciate everything. You guys have been awesome this year. And, man, let's just fucking get this win. Right. Lock up the 2C so we don't have to fucking play our starters for the most part in Week 18. And then we could just go into the fucking playoffs healthy, man. And See what happens, bro. That's all.
Go in healthy. See what happens.
You're right.
You know, take that lottery ticket and start scratching once the playoffs starts.
Right. That's right. So, guys, man, we appreciate
Anybody
you guys.
gonna be on the AFC East show this time?
No. So, Roy, here's the problem, and I'll say this real quick before you go.
Uh-oh.
This is why. Yeah, I have to, man. So, this is the reason why I'm really. It's been fun. It's been a fun ride. The AFC Shakedown. Like I started this thing 3 years ago, or whatever.
Yeah.
But the problem is, here's the problem, guys. I have to go find other content creators that represent their teams, and I've run into multiple issues where these guys, they'll have something to do, or not everybody can take the day off, or next year they got a new job, and then I got to go find somebody else, and somebody else, and somebody else, and they got to do this and they can't show up. So it's, and I'm not blaming them. Everybody has lives. Everybody has jobs. I get that. So it's just really hard for me to find somebody, 4 people, right? Or 3 other people that are committed. They can do it all at the same time, week after week after week. And honestly, guys, this probably will be the last year I do it, because I just can't. It's tough on me to and I feel bad for you guys who come on to watch a show, a round table, and it's fucking me and one other person. It's not much of a round table if there's not the other people representing their team. So it was fun. I loved it. We had a great time with Trevor and Juan and Captain D and Curtis and everybody that's Zach, Anthony, everybody, man. But listen, man, people have lives, and it is what it is. So I apologize, guys. It's not set in stone yet, but I'm leaning towards not having it next year. So I apologize. It was fun, but I'll let you know
now.
Yeah, sorry. It's not even a rant. It's just the truth, guys. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, when I tell you guys, when I went on my rant on Christmas talking about the other channels, and the reason why I said that is because the one thing me and Mikey do here, and we've always, me and Mikey always agreed on, was we're going to show our subscribers the same respect and the same love that you guys show us, right?
Yep.
And we try at least to answer every chat, and we appreciate the super chats. And trust me, it helps a lot, because it's not cheap, and I do a lot of work that you guys don't know behind the scenes to get things going. So I appreciate, and I always show you guys love anytime you guys super chat us. And the reason why I went on that rant is because other channels, man, and I called them out already. I'm not going to go through it again, but they don't do that, and they don't show the love like we do. They don't answer chats, and I don't think that's right. Like, I think they got to a certain point because of their subscribers, right? And if you guys don't watch, and what the fuck are they? And if you guys aren't here for us, then me and Mikey are talking to dead air. So we love the fact that you guys support and love us. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. That was what I had to say, and all right, that's it. That's all.
And you'll get roasted. Don't worry, brother. No. It's coming. It's coming.
All right, guys. Let's get out of here. We're out of here. Yeah. So you guys rule, man. Appreciate you guys. And as always, go Bills. We're out of here.
Go Bills.